invest in whatever way they feel most comfortable. We've got some members that are very politically active. We've got some members who are very active within the business community. Others have more of a nonprofit focus, or some who just want to have fun. And so we allow our members to get involved and get access to events and people that they wouldn't otherwise do if they were trying to do this on their own or through really any other organization.
And it's such a nice opportunity. You touched on it to socially network as well. But you know, sometimes those social networks and those contexts really turn into some outstanding and strong business contexts or political or charitable contexts. And I know that those are the areas that you're really probably known best for, business, charitable organizations and politics.
Right.
Let's talk about October.
Sure.
What happened during that month, and why was it so special for this community to see you guys in action?
Well, and it actually started a little bit earlier than that, because obviously we had our major municipal elections this year, and it was a contentious election, and we're a nonpartisan organization. So our mission was not to promote any single candidate or cause, but it was really to let our members know where the candidates stood on the issues and get them out there to vote, because that's one of the things that we realized a lot of people who are in their 20s and 30s aren't voting at the rates that they should be, and it's either because they're not registered or because they really don't feel like they know enough about the candidates and the issues to make a difference.
But they can find out so much and empower themselves to make such a difference.
Right, and so what we did was we had a three-pronged effort. We had voter registration at the Bar Street Market, which is one of YLNI's success stories in the summer. Then we also did a candidates brochure, and if you saw, it was an 8.5 by 11 red brochure.
I'm going to admit right now we use that as a major resource here in the newsroom.
Sure,
okay,
fair enough.
It was beautiful. It was beautifully done and so helpful.
And it was completely nonpartisan. It was just really putting candidates' positions out there for people to make their own decision.
Right.
Exactly. And then the event concluded with really the first candidates' night of the 2007 election season.
And people showed up.
They did. And we had both mayoral candidates there and nearly every candidate that was on the ballot. And gave a short format to hear directly from them, because I think that's something that a lot of people don't get access to candidates, and this gave them the opportunity to hear from them directly.
You touched on the fact that a lot of the folks who are at least interested at that introductory level or are full-fledged paid members are the ones that tend to look at Fort Wayne and our community as home. Why is it so important that these young people, Mark, discover their leadership qualities?
There's so many things. One of the things, we attended a young professionals conference that gave us a lot of insight that every city, whether it's Fort Wayne, whether it's Muncie, whether it's Chicago, whether it's New York, they're all experiencing the same thing. People want to go someplace else because they haven't found their home. They haven't found a place that they can make their own leadership abilities known. And what Fort Wayne has is some excellent opportunities with some amazing corporations and some excellent not-for-profit organizations where they can get involved and really make a true difference. And the nice thing about Fort Wayne is the size. You're able to maneuver and make your known presence by doing things and really making a difference in your neighborhoods, your churches, your communities. And the one thing about young leaders of Northeast Indiana is that we have the ability to help with professional guidance. We have programming events, we have community events that we get involved in that allow you to start to learn those leadership skills as a volunteer, and those then propel yourself into the corporations you work for. It's phenomenal.
It's all about making our community as good as it possibly can be, and also looking ahead to the future.
Right.
Because I know you have some excellent contacts out there. I know you're both very much aware of having strong connections with all the political parties in the area. You have these, the Bar Street Market you said was a success story, and that's for very good reason. Explain that as an example.
Sure. Well, the Bar Street Market was apparently, I'm not from Fort Wayne originally, so I'm one of the transplants. Mark's been here for a while, and I relocated here after college. And the Bar Street Market was something that had been in existence and sort of had withered away or stopped for whatever reason, and had always been talked about. And YLNI was actually the organization to get that put together. I wasn't on that committee, but it has been a real success story because of the fact that it's really done something for downtown Fort Wayne and filled a void that had not been there. And we see a lot of our members down there, but we also just see a lot of people from the public. And it's things like that that I don't think people realize YLNI is doing these things. We obviously do it for our members first and foremost, and we have some very internal things that we do specifically for our members, but we also want to make Fort Wayne a better place to live, work, and play. And so those are the kinds of things that it's a value added, it's an additional lifestyle quality that we provide for Fort Wayne, for everyone actually.
I think after we come back from the next commercial break, let's talk more about the future. I know February of '08, you've got a big event coming up. We can talk more about the Masquerade event that takes place yearly. And you guys are almost at the 3rd anniversary.
Yes, we are.
So that'll be May of '08, obviously. So when we come back, we still have a lot more to talk about. And I have, most importantly for the viewers, contact information. There's a mailing address and definitely the website address. So we'll give it to you all when we come back. Stay with us.